Hey guys, this is my yard, and inside this box is one of the most impressive robot mowers that I've ever seen. This is the Lymow One Plus. And over the past few weeks, I've been able to put this thing to work and let it run here in my yard in South Florida. Now, if you guys are anything like me, you guys probably hate mowing the lawn, especially in 95-degree heat. And hiring a lawn service isn't exactly the cheapest method either. So the big question is pretty simple. Can a robot mower actually replace traditional lawn care? Today, I'm going to show you guys how the Lymow One Plus handled this tough St. Augustine, Florida grass, obstacles, roots, driveway crossings, and even a rainstorm. And there was this one thing that happened during the testing that completely changed my opinion on this mower. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, my goal is simple. Help homeowners save money, time, and tackle projects themselves. And for all my longtime subscribers, welcome back. So when Lymow reached out to me and asked if I'd like to test the One Plus, I was definitely interested because robotic mowers have come a long way, but I've always wondered if they could really handle a lawn like mine. Now, to be honest, South Florida grass is definitely not exactly one of the easiest to mow. So we've got thick St. Augustine grass. Sometimes the terrain can be a little uneven. I've got roots, sprinklers, and plenty of obstacles in my yard. So I wanted to answer 3 questions when I was testing this thing out. 1, how well is it built? Is this thing sturdy and strong? How smart is the technology? What does it have built inside? And most importantly, can it actually cut the grass well? These are the things I want to answer so I could give an honest review. Now, inside the box, you guys are going to get everything that you can expect to get started. You're going to get the mower itself, the charging dock, the RTK positioning station for GPS, all the mounting hardware, cables, and setup accessories. And of course, you're going to get a user manual with all the information that you're going to need for your Lymow One Plus. Now, the first thing that stood out to me was how substantial this mower feels. At nearly 80 pounds, the thing feels more like a small tank than actually a robotic mower. Now, on the front, you're going to have a bunch of stuff, including the AI vision cameras, some ultrasonic sensors that will help with obstacle detection. You've got LED lights for low light situations, a rain sensor, and of course a little protective bumper here in the front that's going to help you when it bumps into stuff. On the side here, you have huge tracks that's going to help you move around obstacles and climb any terrain that it faces. You have a fender here, and you have a grab point here to help you lift this thing. But this thing comes in at about 78 pounds, so it's pretty heavy and it's pretty sturdy when it's cutting. Now, when you flip this thing around to the back, you're going to find more sensors that's going to help with navigation. You're going to have an LCD control panel and this massive stop button if you need it in a pinch. And of course, a removable battery compartment that houses the 15,000 milliamp hour battery and a USB port for troubleshooting, along with a SIM card slot. And not to mention, the Lymow One Plus is IPX6 rated, so it's well designed and it's designed to live outdoors full time if you need it. Now let's go ahead and talk about the setup of this thing. Now, I was expecting the setup to be a little difficult, but honestly, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. The process is basically this. Go ahead and install the charging dock using all the provided hardwares and connect the 15 amp charger and plug it in. Next up, you're going to go ahead and mount the RTK station, which is the brain of this whole thing. Make sure you mount it in a clear area by feeding the cables through the provided hole that they provide in the pole and connecting that as well to the power source. Once you're done with that, just go ahead and download the app. Once you guys download the app, make sure that it goes through its setup and all the auto updates that it needs to do. This is really important. Next up, you need to pair the mower and the RTK station together and make sure that everything is bounded and functional. Once you're done with that, you can then go ahead and create your mowing zones and start your mapping. Now, I need to tell you guys this. The most important thing I'll let you know, and I'll say this throughout the video, is take your time during the mapping. The mower is only as good as the map that you guys create. So as I was going through this, I definitely spent a little extra time carefully mapping out the front yard and the backyard and any travel paths between the zones. And that paid off later during the testing. Now, the app itself was surprisingly good. You guys can create up to 80 zones, set schedules, define no-cut areas, and monitor the progress of the cutting as the machine is going through its thing. And the cool thing about this too is it also has an onboard camera that you guys can even view what the mower sees through the onboard camera system. Now for the fun part, the actual cutting. Once everything was mapped, I sent the Lymow One Plus out to work. The mower automatically left the dock and started cutting in a structured pattern across the yard. And right away, guys, I noticed something. It wasn't just kind of wandering around like what I thought the robot mower would do, like one of these rumbas. It was actually kind of following an efficient route and methodically covering the entire lawn. Now, the One Plus uses dual blades that spin at 6,000 RPM, and you guys can adjust the blade height and the mowing speeds depending on your grass type. Initially, I actually had the deck set a little bit too high. The motor occasionally would stop and reposition itself. And at first, I was kind of worried. I was wondering if I did something wrong during the setup. But then I realized that the blades were just having a hard time cutting the grass. After I adjusted the blade settings, this thing actually transformed the performance. And once it was all dialed in, it started basically just chewing through the grass. And my grass was in some spots up to 7 inches. It had no problem. Honestly, it handled it way better than I actually expected. Another area that I wanted to push the mower was in obstacle avoidance. So in my yard, I have an above ground sprinkler head, some palm trees, roots, and various obstacles that were around the property. I didn't want to mess with too much stuff because I wanted to see how the mower actually avoided these things. And consistently, it went around and it detected the obstacles and kind of worked around them. There was even a moment where I thought this thing was stuck in my front yard, but instead it kind of just paused, analyzed the situation, and then it found a new path around the palm trees and kept on moving. Another test that I was interested in is to see how well it would navigate between the zones. Now I have a fence around my yard, so I wanted to see if it would navigate from the backyard to the front yard. So I had to create what Lymow called channels that allowed the mower to move from different zones. In my case, from my backyard to my front yard and to cross my driveway. And to be honest, it handled the transition, no issues. And it even crossed the driveway to get from the front right to the left side of my front yard and did exactly what it was supposed to, no hiccups. Now that's the kind of thing that sounds simple, but until you actually watch a robot try to do it and maneuver itself around obstacles, you kind of get an understanding that sometimes these things just don't work as they're intended. But this thing, no problem, it did it. Now the track drive system also performed impeccable. Now in my front yard, I have some exposed roots that kind of stick up above the ground, and I wanted to see if the Lymow would navigate it and climb over them, and it went right over, no problem. Where I'm located, I don't have much of an incline. My yard doesn't have what I would call extreme slopes, but based on what I saw, I have no trouble believing that a 45-degree angle slope, which this thing claims to be able to traverse, is going to handle it no problem. All right, so now let's talk about the results. After finishing the entire yard, the lawn looked great. The cut was even and the lines looked clean. There was a few missed spots, but I'll talk to you guys about that later on and what happened. And one of the things that even surprised me more is that it kind of produced a subtle striping in the grass. And most importantly, for my St. Augustine grass, it cut it way better than I expected. But again, this took a little tweaking, but once it was done, it did like a semi-professional cut. I was very impressed. Now, battery life was another pleasant surprise. My entire property took about 2.5 hours to complete, thereabout, and the mower finished on one single charge. And it still had a little bit of battery remaining whenever it returned itself to the dock. Let me talk to you guys a little bit of what I liked about it and some of the things that I wasn't too fond of. So first of all, let's talk about the build quality. Now this thing is solid, and like I said, it's IPX6 rated, so it's going to be able to weather the storms or be outside and left to the rain, no problem. Second thing that impressed me was the RTK V-SLAM GPS system that this thing uses. It's way more accurate than I expected. I was able to monitor this thing and see where it actually was in my yard the whole time, no problems. Another thing is the app. This thing is packed with customized features. And you're able to do all type of scheduling and adjustments on the fly. way more than I actually thought, and way more than I'm probably gonna dig into this more and see what other features there are as I test this thing out, but it surprised me. The fourth thing that impressed me was the rain detection feature. Guys, I was genuinely impressed, and this is what I want to talk to you about, which I alluded to in the beginning of the video. During the testing, a rain shower rolled in as expected in South Florida, and the mower alerted me and automatically returned to the dock until the conditions improved. And that's when I realized that this thing is actually smart enough to operate with little or no supervision. As for the things that frustrated me a little bit, the biggest one is the setup time. Um, Again, you're going to hear me saying it, mapping takes patience. If you're expecting to pull this thing out of the box and start mowing in 15 minutes, that's probably not a good idea. It's probably not going to happen. You want to take your time and set your maps accurately so that you can get a good cut and good results. The second issue that I noticed about this thing is that there were a few missed spots during my initial run. However, once I was able to adjust the blade settings, the speed of it, and I refined the map and tweaked it a little bit, the issues generally disappeared. One thing I must say is because of all the customization features, you're also able to have multiple passes of the cut, which is probably going to reduce all the errors and the missed spots that this thing had. So that's one thing I wanted to note, and I'll test that out as I continue using this thing. So basically what I'm saying is it's more of a setup learning curve than a mower problem itself. So is this thing worth the money? Well, let's talk about it. The Lymow One Plus comes in at about $3,000, in that range thereabouts, depending on the configuration. And of course, I'm going to leave links to the best prices that I can give you guys so you guys can check them out. Now, if you guys are paying a lawn service every month, the math gets pretty interesting quickly. For many homeowners, you're looking at roughly a year and a half before the mower pays for itself. And after that, you guys basically getting your weekends back. Now, if you guys already mow your own lawn, then the decision is going to come down to how much you value your time. Personally, for me, spending time mowing in this heat down here in South Florida, anything that saves time doing that is a good idea in my eyes. All right, so here's what I think. If you guys have a medium to large yard and you guys want a wire-free robotic mower that can handle thick grass, obstacles, uneven terrain, and it has advanced scheduling and packed with features, then the Lymow One Plus is actually something worth considering. It's not perfect. There's a learning curve, but I think once you guys get everything dialed in, it's going to deliver impressive results and can save you guys significant time. Now, as always, I'm going to continue testing this thing and see how it works out long term, and I'll keep you guys up to date and release videos as I go through this thing and I learn more about it. Now, if you guys have any questions or concerns, drop them down in the comments below. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.